In this video, we're going to walk through the entire alien encounter tracker Notion template so you can hit the ground running as soon as you download this template. Before we get into the template, I want to just explain how this came about. So we were actually making a video, which is on our channel, I'll link it in the description, about what Notion is and how you can use it for different uses. And one of the things we wanted to highlight is how you can really build tools for anyone. And so we sat and thought about what template can we make that'll prove this point. And so we went to the Notion template gallery and we found that there's no alien tracker template out there. And so we decided, let's make something to prove this point. And so really our team is not the most familiar with alien terminology and stuff like that. So we may not have the right words and some things may be mislabeled and that kind of thing. If that's the case and you're into this stuff, let us know in the comments. We'll fix it and we'll update it for the template. But really, we just wanted to show that you can build tools for anyone in Notion. So without further ado, let's get into it. At the top, you'll see we have a nice little cover photo. We have our little alien emoji and then the title. And then we have the table of contents here. And then we have a tutorial section here. So the tutorial section here, if you don't want to watch the video, you prefer to just read, you can basically get a guide to all the sections just by clicking here, and it'll explain things pretty simply. And so to start off, the first section we have is the logging section. This is where you actually log your alien encounter. So just for an example, we'll do one right now. And you'll notice that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different columns in our database. And so these are the columns that we thought you would need as an alien tracker, but you can feel free to add more or take some out if they're not relevant. So let's just say this is the 4th encounter, and let's give it a different title like far sighting, and then we can say the sighting. Now, cool thing here about Notion is that you can either fill out these sections here in this view, or you can actually open this up as a page. And so if I have time, what I'll do is I'll open it up as a page and I'll fill it out there. If I don't have time and I just want to quickly log what happened, what I'll do is I'll just fill it out like that, like how I was, just fill out the date, June 30th. And then we can add a time here. I'll just say it was 2 a.m. And we can say front yard alien count, we can say 4. And then just to show you here, if we open the page, we can continue filling this out here. Let's just say Amin was a witness here. And so the next thing we do here is actually fill out the details of the experience. And so one of the things we added was this encounter template. So now you can feel free, you can just start typing anywhere and you can add your own format of details logging. You can just start writing if you prefer that. But this is an encounter template that it's one click of the button and it'll populate. It'll add a little cover. And then what happens is it'll add these sections. So encounter details, media, other notes. And so for example, over here, you just put what actually happened. You can remove this. You can say, saw an alien in the front yard. And you can add any pictures or media or anything else. Let's say you did have a picture. You can kind of check it off here. And you can add it here as a picture or a video, and then any other notes you want to capture. And so feel free, you can always add other headings, other sections of the page. And then at the top, we have this little table of contents here, so you can quickly jump towards whatever it is you want to jump towards. Now, going back to our database, so that is the first view that we have of the logging section, right? And so this master database is the alien tracker database. And so this database is actually going to be used in all the different views that are listed below. So we continue scrolling down, we see summary view. So this is after you've already logged stuff. You want to quickly recall like an encounter that happened. It's broken down in this gallery view. I think this is really nice to quickly just recap or quickly see oh, what happened on the first sighting. I can quickly pull this up. It'll pull up the page and I can be like, oh, okay, this is what happened. This is kind of really useful for just fetching notes from the past. Then if we scroll down, we have a view where we filter the database by location. So basically we can see here, this is when I was trying to type front yard and it didn't, so we can just delete this. But if you see here, there's 3 locations that we have. 2 of the sightings happen in the backyard, 1 in the front yard, 1 on I-95 South. And so this is kind of just so you can remember and kind of quickly pull up oh, how many sightings did I have in the backyard? How many sightings did I have in the front yard? And like, how many sightings did I have in like other locations, right? And you can kind of keep track of where you see the sightings or where you have these encounters. And then it'll kind of allow you to like get a better understanding of where these encounters are happening, right? The next section we have is a calendar. So basically, this is just a calendar view of when these things are happening. So you can see here, the first sighting was on June 21st, then the 25th, then the 28th, and then the 30th. And so this can kind of quickly, if you like can't remember, hey, what date something happened on, you can quickly look at this through this. And then the last section we have is broken out by encounter types. And so right now, there's what we have is 3 categories here: sighting, communication, abduction. And then we have the actual categories that people use, like first, second, third degree, fourth degree, fifth degree. And so you can break it down however you want. You can get rid of some of these if you prefer these, or you can get rid of these if you prefer just the actual title the way it is. But this will allow you to recall and quickly see how many of the different kinds of encounters you had. And so if you want to quickly recall, like, oh, like, what was that time where we had communication with the aliens? What happened? You can kind of pull this up from the communication here and then quickly just reference what happened. And that is pretty much it. That is the whole template. Let us know what you think. So basically, just to give you a little bit of a overview of this, you can see here that everything is in this alien encounter database. And then this database is basically then shown in different views across this home page that we have. And so this is really made in a way so that, like, number one, we want to prioritize speed and actually logging experiences. And then from there, we want to make it like quick for you to actually recall different experiences by locations, by date, by encounter type. And so that's the way we broke this out. And this should be super helpful if you have like a team of alien encounter hunters, or a team of people that are also kind of logging things. You can keep track and collaborate with people in here, and you can kind of keep track of, it shouldn't be too hard if it's just like one person to just keep notes and stuff like that. But when you have 3-4 different people that are trying to see where the sightings are happening, what types of encounters are happening, it can be really helpful to have one centralized database where everyone kind of feeds into, and then you can get a lot more data points that you can kind of take a look at a higher level and understand, like, where are our chances of like having the next encounters, and where should we go, what times do they come, and you can start getting a better understanding of how the aliens are operating. So that is the template. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Look forward to hearing your feedback.